rebounding and limiting turnovers are vital in playoff games. And if you want to know statistically which team has the advantage, you see these three categories: points in the paint, second chance points, points off turnovers. The team that's won these three categories has won each game.
And what a stage tonight for the MVP, A'ja Wilson. For more, we go inside the Wubble to Holly Rowe.
Las Vegas coach Bill Laimbeer told us that A'ja Wilson just has to be herself tonight, because what she's been is a machine all season long. The MVP is in rare company. She's trying to become the 5th player to go as the regular season MVP and also lead her team to a championship. The last 4 MVPs have done just that. But she's doing it in a little different way with 20 points, 10 rebounds, and 3 blocks a game. No one in the WNBA has been able to do that in a playoff since Lisa Leslie back in 2001. A'ja Wilson doesn't have to try to do everything herself. Just trust her teammates and be what she is. And that's a machine.
Holly, she has been exactly that all season and throughout these playoffs. Misses consistency. You take a look at the starting lineup for Connecticut. Brianna Jones, an X-factor. Kurt Miller pointed out to us that we need a big performance from her. 7 to 10 field goal attempts to defending multiple positions. For the Las Vegas Aces, Danielle Robinson, the starting point guard who spent so much of the season coming off the bench, had a playoff career high 18 points in Vegas's Game 4 win. And Game 5 is underway. The Aces win the tip. One team goes to the finals. One team goes home. McBride flips it in. Swords couldn't handle. January on the steal. January flips it in. Jones gets denied by Wilson. Alyssa Thomas, though, floats it in for the game's first bucket.
Good start for the Connecticut Sun, forcing a turnover on one end so they could get out and transition. We've talked about those ever-important paint points. They got 2 on their first possession.
Here's McCautry coming off 29 in Game 4. Instead, it's Robinson. No. Rebound, Jones. Here comes Thomas, blasting down the floor for another bucket.
Both of these coaches have talked about energy and the importance of energy, and the team that is going to punch first, Connecticut, with tremendous energy here early.
Kurt Miller said he felt his team play tight in Game 4. Sort of those jitters you get when you're on the brink of clinching sometimes. Said we need to throw the first punch they have in the early minutes. Nice response there from Danielle Robinson.
Connecticut defensively continuing to do what we've seen the last couple of games. Send Jasmine Thomas early as a double team to A'ja Wilson. A'ja with a great pass to the cutting Danielle Robinson.
Here is Bonner. Bonner's jumper is off. And the rebound, Carolyn Swords. Kurt Miller telling us the key was DeWanna Bonner taking it to the hoop. Didn't want her just floating on the perimeter. Makes her easier to guard. As that last touch, Alyssa Thomas, after the defensive stand from Bonner. It's going to stay with Vegas. Kurt Miller back to the Cacti.
I'm a fan of the Cacti.
Me too. I feel like it's a comfortable material, very breathable. And there's cacti on it. So, I mean,
what's there not to like?
Not to love? Here's Robinson trying to work around Thomas. Ran into Jones, out of bounds to Connecticut. And no. Now the officials confer and say it will be Vegas ball. Bill Laimbeer said the thing he was happiest about from his team in Game 4, the way they took care of the ball, the way they did not allow offensive rebounds, that would be the key again tonight. As Wilson turns and hits.
And when the double does not come early, A'ja Wilson can turn and rise and fire. She has a good size advantage over Alyssa Thomas.
Jones deep in the lane. Thomas pushes it in, and Alyssa Thomas has hit her first 3.
Vegas continuing to flood the paint when the ball goes inside. They are going to force Connecticut to make short jumpers or threes.
There's the double. Robinson's jumper. Good rhythm early for each of these teams.
Yeah, this could be a game that A'ja Wilson has high assist numbers because the doubles will come.
Alyssa Thomas with just 4 of 9 from the floor in Game 4, already 3 of 3. January run off, finds Thomas. Alyssa Thomas can't get that one to drop, and Angel McCautry the rebound. McCautry kicks, McBride connects from 3, and what a welcome sign for Vegas. She had been 1 of 9 from downtown thus far in the series.
A rare open look for Kayla McBride. Part of the reason was she did not have Breon January defending her in transition. January, one of the best defenders from the perimeter in the league.
January can't hit, Bonner lost it, McBride tipped it, Swords grabs it. Wilson, hawked by 2. Robinson, another jumper. That one's short. Good effort on the glass. Wilson can't get it to go. Another chance, and Swords is going to get called for the offensive foul.
Swords did create some contact, but Bonner went down late. That was like she got hit, thought for a second, and then goes down. Watch this. Gets hit. Wait. Oh, no. No, I'm going to fall.
Let me sell this.
Oh, my gosh.
Bonner taking her time. Exactly what Kurt Miller talked about. He said, doesn't want Bonner slowing down, allowing the defense to settle. How about January sprinting to the cup? Some good offense early in this game.
Yeah.
Each team shooting it at 50%. Good hands, Jasmine Thomas. Wilson, the dribble. Couldn't finish. Bonner the rebound.
Things continuing to be physical between Alyssa Thomas and Angel McCautry. We saw that in Game 4 as well, Ryan.
And Alyssa Thomas has already matched her field goal total from Game 4. 4 of 5 in the early going for AT. And now a steal. Jones pokes it away, has Bonner to her right, and throws it out of bounds. I'm not quite sure what Brianna Jones had going on there.
She thought that DeWanna Bonner was trailing her. She did not realize that she was right next to her, so she was looking to throw it back. Brianna Jones has really quick hands, and she gets a couple steals a game as a result of that, but she's usually not leading the way in transition.
Already 3 turnovers from the Aces. Robinson can't finish on the backdoor cut. Wilson certainly can on the follow.
Vegas doing a really nice job attacking the offensive glass.
Already 4 offensive rebounds. It's been Connecticut who has led in O-boards in these playoffs as well as the regular season. Jones was stood up by McCautry. Now Jones gets position, couldn't finish, still fighting, and it's going to stay with Connecticut.
You saw the switch defensively on the on-ball screen, and Angel McCautry getting held up with Bree Jones so she couldn't roll to the basket.
Timeout on the floor, a 1-point game in the early going. The MVP certainly has her stroke. Someone goes to the finals after this one.
The WNBA Playoffs 2020 is presented by AT&T 5G and in part by Taco Bell. Order ahead and pick up your favorites at our contactless drive.
We've been here before, you know. We've been in single elimination games. We've been in conference finals. We've been here before. We know what it takes. You know, it's just going to take everything you have, and hopefully we've communicated that with our team. But you know, we have 2 great teams here, and it's going to be a battle.
Well, experience is something Connecticut brought in more of this offseason. Breon January, DeWanna Bonner, you see their experience both in the finals and playoffs overall. As Jasmine Thomas can hit the 3. Meanwhile, the incumbent Connecticut players, they've gotten that over the last couple of years in the playoffs themselves. January, nice wrap pass to Jones, and a whistle against Vegas is going to keep things here, and it looked like more of that physicality with Alyssa Thomas.
Yeah, you could see that coming. Alyssa Thomas and Angel McCautry have been physical with one another. It started in Game 4. Alyssa Thomas had a technical called on her when there was a lot of physicality on a free throw, and you've seen it early in this game. Like, you know, they're holding. Wow, that was on McCautry. Maybe they called the clamp ahead of time, because after the clamp, Alyssa Thomas got her right in the face.
Now, they can review this and see if there's anything more.
Was the call on the floor an Angel McCoughtry foul?
Foul, common foul. On 35, we're going to see a possible hostile act.
So
there you go.
It looked to me like the common foul was the clamp by Angel McCoughtry on Alyssa Thomas, but on the other angle, you then saw a smack of Alyssa Thomas's arm to Angel McCoughtry's face.
Now, one thing they can't do is eliminate the foul. That's something that can't happen when they go to review for a hostile act. But they could assess a technical on Alyssa Thomas if they wanted, or upgrade the contact from Angel McCoughtry.
So I think here we keep losing it. I think you saw the clamp. This is the angle. You see the clamp by McCoughtry, but then you see the smack by Alyssa Thomas's left hand to McCoughtry's face.
Now, had there been nothing called on the floor, you would be able to come back with a common foul when you're reviewing for a hostile act. Once you call the foul, that is something that cannot be changed in this review.
Correct.
But there are other things that can be added based on what's reviewed.
And in different games in this series, we've seen Alyssa Thomas get into foul trouble. We've seen Angel McCoughtry get into foul trouble early.
What do you think, partner?
I think they'll come back with adding something on Alyssa Thomas because of the chop to Angel McCoughtry's face. Not really a basketball move. I mean, if she was flinging with her right hand to try to release the arm from the clamp, it would be one thing, but it was her left hand.
And we mentioned the T, but it can also be a flagrant for unnecessary contact.
That's what I think it would be.
Yeah.
Feel it brewing.
Yeah.
You could feel it brewing just, you know, first 6 minutes of this game, that there was a little bit extra going on between those two.
And you could feel just the overall intensity. I mean, this is a winner-take-all Game 5. The officials conferring. Mike Price, Mai Forsberg, Byron Jarrett, our official. And here comes Michael Price.
Okay, stick with the common foul, no hostile act.
All right, so no hostile act called against Alyssa Thomas. It will just be the common foul against Angel McCoughtry.
Surprised a little bit by that, just because of the fact that Alyssa Thomas got her in the face.
I think our colleague, Holly Rowe, thought maybe Angel sold that contact from Alyssa Thomas a little bit, Rebecca. And perhaps that's what the officials saw as well.
Well, Holly's got the courtside view.
Yes. And like 25 fighter pilot vision as well. Bonner connects on the jumper.
Tawana Bonner has not had many easy looks like that throughout the course of this series.
Bonner has shot at just 33% from the floor in the playoffs overall. Young leaves it short. Swords popped it up too strong. Rebound finally corralled by Connecticut. January then tried to force it, got fouled from behind by Young. And it's going to stick here with Connecticut. That will be the second team foul against Vegas.
Connecticut certainly has done a much better job in Game 5 than in Game 4 with pushing pace. Yeah, did Jackie Young get part of the arm on the pass? Well, either way, she tripped her up.
I believe that's what they were looking at, yes, and calling a foul for. Enough contact, regardless, I think, at the bottom to call the foul. Connecticut a 12-11 lead on Vegas. Under 4 minutes to go in the first. Game 5 of this best-of-5 semifinal series. The winner faces Seattle in the finals. January connects from 3, and wow, did she need that.
Not only did she need that, that is huge, because that shot is going to be open with the way Vegas is playing pick-and-roll defense, similar to the way they played it in Game 4. But in Game 4, Connecticut could not make those shots consistently.
January was 1 of 8 from 3 in game 4. 3 to shoot. Jackie Young can't put it in. Good box out by Bree Jones. Bonner left for the board. Bonner giving it up. Getting it back. Bonner back to Jones. Her jumper rims out.
But you see it. Pick and roll defense, flooding the paint for Vegas, leaving mid-range and long-range shots on the left side open.
Let's check in with Holly.
Well, one of the things that Kurt Miller from Connecticut was disappointed in their Game 4 loss was that they did not get out to a quick start. He said very early possessions, the first 3 possessions of the game, we were not our swarming, tenacious selves. I think that's different tonight, guys. They are all over it. Alyssa Thomas on Asia Wilson is a very important matchup and very interesting to watch.
Yeah, right on point, Holly. And specifically, he was talking about the defensive end of the floor, and he said, we seem to get caught up in our one-on-one matchups defensively instead of thinking about playing team defense. And absolutely, they have been swarming. They have been helping one another. They have been true to their scouting report defense so far early in this game.
Robinson coming off the playoff career high, 18 points. Bill Lambier said she took it personally that Connecticut wasn't guarding her at all, daring her to shoot. She certainly took advantage in that Game 4 win to keep Vegas' season alive. Jasmine Thomas open from 3, can't hit. And the rebound taken by Robinson. Vegas, #1 in the league in pace this season as Angel gets to the cup, just couldn't finish. And now Connecticut looking to blast ahead. 4-on-1. January leaves and Alyssa Thomas puts it in. Alyssa Thomas now with 10 first-quarter points as Wilson can't rim that home. And AT with the 3rd board. Alyssa Thomas banks in another 12 first-quarter points for Alyssa Thomas. And a 9-1 Connecticut run. Bonner, the rebound. Bonner finds Jones at the rack for the bucket plus the foul. And now Connecticut humming in this first.
Shocked by the shot by Emma Cannon on one end of the floor. She's in there for her toughness, and she jacks up a 3. Connecticut going the other way. Vegas not matched up in transition, so you've got a guard inside trying to handle Brianna Jones. Kurt Miller talking to us about how important it was to get her involved. She was the X factor. How important it was to get her shots. They've been able to do that.
Said she needed 7 to 10 field goal attempts. She already has 4. 3 points, 4 rebounds, 2 assists for Jones. Meanwhile, Alyssa Thomas, who you never really felt her impact on Game 4 the way you normally do, especially this time of year. Wow, you felt it in this first. She's 6 of 7, 12 points, as Wilson cutting and carving and finishing.
You know Asia Wilson is going to give Vegas everything. The question this series has been, who else is going to step up?
Now, did they just hit Asia Wilson with a T? I think they did. They hit Asia Wilson with a technical foul here. Let's see.
For what? For what?
Oh, my goodness.
For what?
So she said, and blanking 1.
I don't care what she said. She wasn't looking at an official when she said it. Let her play with some emotion.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, if you're the officials, remove yourself from a moment like this. She's not saying it to you as the official.
If she's staring you down and saying it in your face, it's one thing, but not if she's running the other way.
100%. It's a Game 5. Somebody goes home tonight, somebody goes to the finals. A little latitude on an emotional play like that. Not to mention, I know this isn't supposed to be taken into account, but it is the MVP as well.
Right.
Bonner straight on 3 is good. DeWanna Bonner with 6 points, 3 rebounds, 3 assists in this first quarter.
Connecticut humming right now on the offensive end of the floor, and it starts with what they've been able to do defensively.
How about Angel McCautry weaving her way, plus the pass.
We talked that Asia Wilson is going to give you her 20 and 12 every game. Who else is it going to be? Well, in game 4, it was Angel McCautry with a stellar performance. She has the ability to do this, to get past defenders, to finish inside with contact. One of the all-time greats in the WNBA.
McCautry in playoff history. You see her most points she had since June of 2018. 9th all-time in points as Jones gets a breather. 11th in field goals, 5th in free throws, 3rd in steals when it comes to WNBA playoff history for McCautry. Alyssa Thomas lost it, surrounded, looking for help. Finds it in Heidemann. Bonner with 7 to shoot. Getting going towards the rim. Carson early minutes and a bucket.
And this is a small lineup that Connecticut has not yet used in this series. Essence Carson at the 4 offensively. Alyssa Thomas at the 5. DeWanda Bonner at the 3.
And now a steal from Jasmine Thomas all the way in for 2. And Connecticut has taken a 13-point first quarter lead here in game 5.
Connecticut has scored 30 first quarter points on one of the toughest defensive teams in the WNBA this season.
Shot clock turned off. Thomas applying pressure. Connecticut has a foul to give. Instead, they'll take a steal. 3 seconds left in the quarter. Bonner gets it off and nearly put it in. That will do it for the first here in game 5. Someone goes home tonight. Someone goes to the finals. Connecticut leads by 13 after 1.
And much of it on the shoulders of Alyssa Thomas, their leader, their engine, making the right decisions, leading them to a big lead after 1.
Here with Connecticut's Brianna Jones, and Coach Kurt Miller told us before this game that you are the X factor. You had to get involved and get touches. How have you been able to do that so well in the first quarter?
I think it's just energy and effort. I think just getting on the offensive glass, trying to get second opportunities for our team, and I think we've been able to get out in transition. That's been the key to our success this first quarter.
This feels like a different defensive effort than game 4. What feels different to you?
I think we just came out from the jump ready to go, and we executing our game plan to perfection right now. And I think we're just doing a good job with our energy, and we just got to keep it up.
Thank you.
Well, those 30 points in the first quarter, the most any team has scored in a quarter in these playoffs. And Connecticut just off to a terrific start as they shot at 59% in the first, held Vegas to 35% shooting. Angel McCautry going to shoot 2 here and hits the first. Hey, taking a look at the upcoming WNBA Finals schedule. Finals will begin Friday night on ESPN2 at 7 Eastern. Seattle will play the winner of this game. Game 2 will be on ABC Sunday, 3 Eastern. For more on these games, go to WNBA.com or visit the WNBA app.
Staying physical.
Hey, and look at Gary Kloppenberg. He is scouting.
He needs a bigger mask. Right?
Well, I mean, what needs to be covered is covered.
Okay.
Maybe he wants to show a little chin. Now, Vegas without a key piece in this game. Erica Hamby out for a second straight game. For more, let's go to Holly Rowe.
Well, guys, this would normally be the time that we would have seen De'Erica Hamby come off the bench, the WNBA's 6th Woman of the Year, and she is out for the rest of the season with a knee injury. This is a huge deal because of what she's able to do on the boards. Rebounding has been huge in this first quarter for Connecticut, getting a lot of second chance opportunities, but they're going to miss her effort and her energy. Also, Jackie Young, another critical piece off the bench for them with 2 early fouls. So Las Vegas with the most productive bench in the league in history this year. A couple of issues coming off their bench right now.
Jackie Young was the one player left from that trio that was really coming in and adding offensively all season long. Danielle Robinson has been in the starting lineup the last few games. Now Hamby is out.
Angel misses it badly. Yeah, it's a totally reconstructed bench from that one that, as Holly said, set the WNBA record for most bench points per game in a season. As Bonner turns it over, dribbles it off her foot out of bounds. And Bill Lambier told us our identity is our bench. And he said the strength of this team is everybody buying into and knowing their role. So certainly an adjustment when you get into the playoffs and have certain things have to change.
Yeah. One of the things that's changed for the better is Angel McCautry getting more minutes. A player whose minutes had been limited all season long, averaging only 20 a game. What a defensive play by Alyssa Thomas.
Alyssa Thomas leads it now for Jasmine. Just a sensational tearaway from AT. 6 turnovers now for Vegas. Bonner, trap, finds Jasmine. Heidemann alone from 3. She connects.
Huge for Connecticut to have a player come in off the bench who can drain from deep. Heidemann can be in there. She's a small guard, but if D-Rob is out there, she's not giving up too much size. Big for Angel McCautry to hit and answer.
8 points now for Angel McCautry to lead all Vegas scores. 8 for Bonner, 12 for Alyssa Thomas. 6 thus far for the MVP, Asia Wilson. Here's Alyssa Thomas pushing it up and in off the window.
Really interested with this lineup that Kurt Miller is using. We mentioned they had not gone with this lineup at all so far in this series.
Asia Wilson raises up, can't finish. Cannon the offensive rebound. How about Angel from 3? Another for Angel McCautry. She was the difference in game 4, scored 16 points in a pivotal third quarter en route to a 29-point afternoon.
When she gets cooking, watch out.
37-25, Connecticut in front. Bonner gets the whistle. Dewana Bonner will go back to the line to shoot 2.
Kurt Miller had told us he did not want Dewana Bonner to be settling too much for 3-point shots. He wanted her to be attacking the rim. Done that much better here in game 5. And getting into the paint, we talked about how important paint points are. You saw Alyssa Thomas get a couple. And how about Angel McCautry? Vegas not a team that takes a lot of threes, but they can certainly use them here.
How about Dewana Bonner now in these playoffs? You mentioned getting to the line early here, like Kurt Miller wanted her to do. She's 4 for 4 now in this game. She is 30 for 30 from the line thus far in these playoffs.
We like 30 for 30 here at ESPN.
We do. And now 31 for 31, which, you know, could be a new generation of wonderful documentaries.
She'd only taken 10 free throws in this series up to this game, but doing a much better job of getting to the line here.
5 of 5 now. McBride dips in and gets the roll.
Could be really important for Vegas if she can come alive. One of the players on the perimeter for them who can create her own shot. Breanne January's done a great job of stifling her on that end of the floor.
January, a deep jumper, won't go. Robinson the rebound. Robinson follows it up, keeps it alive for Vegas. Asia Wilson, quick turn as she established position on Carson. Well, that's going to be a tough matchup for Essence Carson.
Yeah, Connecticut was scrambled a bit on that possession. It's typically AT who is on her, but Vegas has gone big now to counteract Connecticut's small lineup.
Alyssa Thomas has not picked up a foul yet. That is always key for Connecticut. January has it stolen by Robinson. And a chance here for Vegas, putting together some good possessions. McCautry gives it up. McBride hounded by Bonner. Swords with size on Carson. Swords hooks it in.
How about Carolyn Swords? This is not a player who is relied on for much offensively. Sees the small player on it. We see you too, Carolyn Swords. 6'6". Assess the situation. Go middle. Sweeping right-handed hook. All right, big girl.
Start from Alyssa Thomas.
Yeah, Alyssa Thomas has been all over it. Connecticut wanted to win the battle of points in the paint. All of her points have come in the paint. And when she pushes pace, as good as any forward in the league at finishing, getting inside, even hitting a little floater from the free throw line. But an absolute menace here so far in game 5.
Alyssa Thomas, 7 of 8 from the floor. She is becoming one of this league's all-time great playoff performers. She currently is the only player to average 16 points, 8 rebounds, 5 assists per game in her playoff career.
She's good.
Let's check in with Holly.
Well, guys, you noticed in that video package, Alyssa Thomas effective with both her right hand and her left hand. She can shoot with either. Keep in mind, it was her right shoulder that was dislocated 2 games ago, but she is doing very well tonight. You can see she's going to that left hand a little bit more.
Yeah, Holly, I mean, it really does feel like she's ambidextrous when it comes to how she finishes in the lane, and it feels that way because she is that way.
Yeah, exactly. Bree Jones, we talked about her hands earlier in the game. She just saved the transition opportunity for Vegas by getting her hands in.
A little laugh between Alyssa Thomas and Carolyn Swords.
They might still be talking about the sweeping hook shot.
They might. Man, all right, you go with the little shot put banker. I go with the sweeping hook. We both make Sports Center. What do you say? It'll be Jones and McBride to jump it. Height advantage, Jones.
So it's so important what the players around the circle are doing.
And Jones wins it back to Jasmine Thomas. Thomas nearly stumbled. Here's Alyssa Thomas. Finds help in Carson. Her jumper won't go. Brianna Jones, another rebound. Big first half minutes from Brianna Jones. 7 to shoot. Jones turns inside. Nice feed from Jasmine Thomas. And Bree Jones with the finish.
And great job by Bree Jones to hold the seal.
10-point Connecticut lead in this winner-take-all Game 5. Robinson got fouled. And Danielle Robinson will shoot 2.
When post players have position, they hold it and just hope that their guard sees them in time. Perfectly delivered pass by Jasmine Thomas. A little more to the right, and that would have been stolen by Swords. There's nothing a post player loves more than a guard who knows how to do an entry pass.
Yeah. And lead them into an easy bucket.
Yeah. You work that hard, you want somebody there who can get you the basketball.
Robinson, 3-time All-Star, 3 times on the All-Defensive team. Bonner gets a breather for Connecticut. Big first half for Bonner, 10 points, 3 rebounds, 4 assists, 2 blocks. Jones wants it, gets it. Carson, catch fire. No.
Great pass though by Brianna Jones, and patience to wait for the double team to come.
Chance for Vegas to cut a little closer here. And a whistle against Connecticut. It's going to be Alyssa Thomas. That will be her first.
And if you're going to be physical the entire possession, at some point the officials are going to call it. And Alyssa Thomas was being physical from the second they crossed half court.
Bonner got her breather. She's back in. Original starting 5 on the floor for Connecticut. Here's Wilson. Draws 2, swings it. Young, the jumper, rolls off. Good opportunity there for Young. She's 0-3 thus far. The player Bill Lambier says he has full confidence and trust in. Bonner saves it off McBride, and it's going to stay with Connecticut.
Tawana Bonner gets her fingertips on it, and great job getting it off of McBride to save the possession. Is she on the, oh no, just barely in bounds.
Feels very Game 5-y, doesn't it?
Yeah, sure does.
January finds Thomas, nice ball fake. Thomas can't bank it in. How about Robinson amongst the trees with the rebound? Vegas last in the league in 3-point attempts per game. That is not the way they play. McBride, their best threat from there, can't hit. Alyssa Thomas busting out. 3-on-2. Jasmine Thomas lays it in.
Vegas has got to figure out where they're going to go for their offense while Angel McCautry is on the bench. A'ja Wilson would be a good idea to get her a touch.
14 assists now for Connecticut on their 17-made field goal. Tried to get the touch into Wilson. Instead, it's knocked away by Bonner. And Jasmine Thomas will be fouled by McBride. Third team foul against Vegas.
We've talked over the years repeatedly about Alyssa Thomas and her ability to facilitate from the forward position. When you can have a player, a big, who gets the rebound and doesn't need to make the outlet pass because they can take it themselves, such a luxury, and Jasmine Thomas finishes.
A 43-33 Connecticut lead. Coming on 3 minutes remaining in the second quarter of game 5. Jones, deep seal, couldn't bank it in.
Those are the shots that Kurt Miller wants.
Jones now with 7 field goal attempts. His goal was 7 to 10. McBride will fire. No, short. McBride getting a little more aggressive, though, for Vegas. Bonner on the attack, into the lane, can't flip it in. And Wilson secures her 5th rebound. McCautry back in. McCautry's jumper is smooth. 13 for Angel McCautry. Connecticut has led by as many as 16. Vegas has shaved it down to 8 a couple of times now. They have been able to nibble closer, but another chance here. Jasmine Thomas, that's a quick shot. And a long 2, probably not the look Connecticut would hope for. And a foul taken on the floor here from Bonner. That'll be her 2nd. We'll step aside with 1:58 to go in the second.
Good job. You guys were attacking well. Let's complete these passes in people's pocket. Give everybody confidence to be good shooters. Putbacks have been a big story in this game. You guys, second chances. They already got 4 offensive rebounds. All right, get in there and rebound when you're in there. Get in there and rebound. Battle. We've got to finish defensive possession. You guys are playing great defensively, but you're not rewarding yourselves with a rebound. Everyone's got to rebound. Everyone. All right? If we can rebound, we're going to run.
Vegas with 7 offensive boards. You heard Kurt Miller. If we can rebound, we can run. And also, if they turn it over, Connecticut can run. And that's what you saw in the last possession. Another Vegas turnover.
8 turnovers now from Vegas. And that's going to be one from Connecticut. And that's the 3rd foul on DeWanna Bonner. And that's why it was sort of a questionable choice from DeWanna Bonner to willingly take her 2nd foul to force the timeout moments ago.
Good job by Angel McCautry to draw that foul. But yeah, right, DeWanna Bonner's not been in foul trouble in this series, and she took that foul before we went to break because I think both sides were getting really tired.
The question is it worth it when it's one of your key players and they already have one on them? Now Bonner is on the bench with 3.
She's been one of the primary defenders on Angel McCautry. Now Kyla Charles in the game, fouling Angel McCautry on the drive.
Man, this is Kyla Charles' first minutes of this game thus far. Hey, stay tuned for the WNBA halftime report presented by State Farm. Chicago Sky guard Diamond DeShields will be the guest analyst with our LaChina Robinson. Both in studio, ready to go with first half highlights. Look ahead to the finals. Oh yeah, it's all coming up. And Vegas now has crept to within 8 for the first time since 1:46 to go in the first. Alyssa Thomas can't push it in. Wilson the rebound. An opportunity here for Vegas. Coming on a minute to go in the second quarter. McCautry met multiple bodies. Lost the handle, out of bounds to Connecticut. Great D there from Charles and Jones.
Yeah, great team defense to step out by Jones, force her to change her route. Defense is a team game. It's not all about one-on-one. Connecticut showing it there.
9 turnovers now for Vegas, which has been Bill Lambier's #1 key. The team has coughed it up much more frequently here in Game 5 as Angel pokes it out of bounds.
As soon as Alyssa Thomas caught it on the right block, 5 defenders' eyes were right on her. And you saw Angel McCautry come over to double as well, drawing so much defensive attention.
And that's something that Kurt Miller talked about. Thinking back to Game 4, he just said there was bodies on Alyssa Thomas at all moments. Thomas has found some space in this first half. Here's Jasmine. Her jumper won't go. Rebound, Jones, and the putback.
How about the performance so far by Brianna Jones? 5 points, but 6 boards.
That's
2
going to be
steals.
7 points now for Jones. 5-second difference, game and shot clock. Robinson got it into Swords, who just very calmly put that home. Let all the littles fall and said, tall tree will finish. 3 seconds left in the half. Jasmine Thomas gives it up. Charles can't hit. And that will do it for the first half. Connecticut had built a lead as large as 16, but quality work from Vegas to shave it back down. 15 from Angel McCautry, 14 from Alyssa Thomas. State Farm halftime is coming up next.
The MVP showing what she can do so far in the first half. Alyssa Thomas ready for this Game 5 as well. It's been physical, but we've seen some great performances by the players we expected. Angel McCautry and Alyssa Thomas.
Game 5. Someone goes home. Someone goes to the finals tonight. Connecticut's on a 45-39 lead on Vegas as we get ready to start the third quarter. Hey again, everybody. Ryan Rucco alongside the Hall of Famer Rebecca Lobo. You know, Connecticut had gotten out to a 16-point lead, but Vegas able to whittle their way back. 6-point game as we get ready to start the second half. Angel McCautry, huge first half, and Alyssa Thomas did the same for Connecticut.
The players who have been here before, who have been in this moment before, are both leading their teams. Angel McCautry played in 3 WNBA finals with the Atlanta Dream, and after a huge Game 4, she's continuing to lead the way offensively here in Game 5. 15 points already in the half, and Alyssa Thomas, the engine for the Connecticut Sun, getting them going, fueling their fire in transition, scoring inside, doing work in the paint. They will continue to play through her. 2 huge performances so far for Connecticut and Vegas.
Alyssa Thomas, 14 points, 7 of 10. Angel McCautry, 15 points, 4 of 7, 5 of 5 from the line. We go back inside the Wubble and check in with Holly Rowe.
As the teams left the floor at halftime, I saw A'ja Wilson of Las Vegas walk up to Jackie Young and put her arm around her, encouraging her, telling her they need her in this game. 2 fouls in that first half for Jackie Young, played just over 7 minutes, 0 points, 0 rebounds, 0 assists. They have got to get some help off the bench to make this Vegas team go here in the second half.
It's a great point, Holly, especially when you consider how much of an enormous part of their identity it was all season, getting incredible production from their bench. As A'ja Wilson can't get that to drop in, rebound flag down by Jasmine Thomas. Connecticut controls. The Aces scored a record 35.5 points per game off the bench this season. Nice reverse lay from Dewana Bonner on a good delivery from Alyssa Thomas.
We talked to Bill Lambier about Jackie Young earlier today and her quiet performance in Game 4, and he said, make no mistake about it, that's a quality player who I trust all day long. We will continue to look for her off the bench.
Thomas in transition finds Jasmine. Can't hit the 3. Rebound snared by A'ja Wilson. 8-point game. Angel McCautry has it taken by Bonner. Bonner dashing ahead of the field, lays it in.
Turnovers continue to be a problem so far in this game for Vegas.
10 turnovers now for Vegas. They've turned it over 7 times all of Game 4, and now another turnover from Las Vegas. And yeah, that's the face Bill Laimbeer is going to make when his team's turning it over like this. McCautry hit with the personal, her second. Now, one thing to keep in mind, Luana Bonner on the floor right now with 3 fouls for Connecticut. As Alyssa Thomas can't shot put that in. Bonner has had a huge game thus far, though, for Connecticut, and a much more efficient game.
We talked earlier in the game about the categories, the stat categories that are so important to victories in this series and in the playoffs in general. Points in the paint, second chance, and points off turnovers. Connecticut leading big in 2 of those categories. It's one of the reasons they have the 10-point cushion.
Here's McBride. McBride working around bodies, flips it in, plus the foul. Big bucket from Kayla McBride.
Connecticut has done such a good job defensively on Asia Jones. Other players really have to produce. Oh, wow. Nobody came close to touching her, but great job by McBride to be aggressive.
McBride now with 8 points on 3 of 6 shooting. In Vegas's 2 wins this series, she's averaged 11 points on just under 50% shooting. In their 2 losses, 4 points on 3 of 13 shooting. And a better night for McBride thus far. Bonner thought about the 3, gets it going towards the rim, couldn't finish. Jones landed in her lap. She needed out of bounds. It is Las Vegas basketball.
But you can see there's been a concerted effort by Luana Bonner to not settle for 3s. She could have taken the 3, but instead got a pretty good look inside the paint.
And that was a key for Kurt Miller heading into this game. Bonner has already shot 5 free throws in this game. She shot 10 total through the first 4. Asia Wilson raises up, and that is just money.
Vegas might need to play through her more at the free throw line, because when she catches it low, she is getting so much defensive attention.
Asia Wilson now in double figures. It's a 5-point game. Connecticut led by as many as 16 in the second. January can't hit from 3. Here comes Vegas. Robinson, the flip in. McCautry got decked.
Anytime Angel McCautry recognizes that Breon January is on her, she gets in the post and calls for the basketball. She is bigger and stronger than January. January recognizes it as well. She wasn't going to give that out. Oh, I'm going to foul you. I'm not going to let you get an and 1. But Angel's done a really good job recognizing that mismatch throughout the course of the series every time it's happened.
2 fouls on January now. Wilson putting it on the deck, stopping on a dime, a little too strong.
But a clean look and a good look for Asia Wilson. And when she catches it at the elbow area, she can make that shot. She can put it on the floor as well. Harder to double team when you're on the elbow, obviously, than when you're on the block.
Lob inside and a foul against Swords as Jones was fighting for position. Let's check in with Holly.
Well, guys, it's a great point you make about Asia Wilson. Her entire pregame routine where she comes out to shoot and really get warmed up with her assistant coach, Vicki Johnson, is she starts on the low block and then backpedals to the elbow and sinks a silky shot. It is a routine that she comes into. She has a great rhythm, and those are the shots she's getting routinely in the game, and she's ready for them because of that pregame routine.
Yeah, makes them with incredible regularity, Holly, as January turned it over and nearly stole it back, but it last hit her. It's going to be the lead Las Vegas basketball. No, let's see.
Yeah, it looked like going off January's foot.
Agree, and it is Vegas basketball. January was really trying to sell that it lasted Robinson. He really sold the play-by-play guy, but did not. And Angel McCautry with the baseline jumper. It is a 3-point game, a 7-0 Vegas run. Jasmine Thomas trying to find space. January drops it. Able to save it to Jones. Jones denied by Wilson. Couldn't get it back up. Swords there defensively. And here comes Vegas. Down 3 with momentum. It's a one-point game. Angel uncontested to the rack. Timeout, Connecticut. A 9-0 Aces run.
You know what third quarter is?
Angel time?
And you know it.
It's been a big third quarter thus far for the Las Vegas Aces.
Yeah, they've been able to share the basketball, get production from multiple players. Kayla McBride early on with the and one. Asia Wilson rising, fire over 2. And then, of course, Angel McCautry getting it done. Finishing, and then on the defensive end, getting out, transition, forcing Kurt Miller into a timeout.
McCautry with 19 points. With a win, Connecticut would advance to a second straight WNBA Finals. Las Vegas would advance to the second WNBA Finals in franchise history if they were to win this game 5. Jasmine Thomas can't hit from 3. Alyssa Thomas flags it down. With some good looks on the perimeter from Jasmine Thomas in January. They've not dropped with regularity as Thomas gets it to go. Plus the foul. Well, they're going to call that a charge on Alyssa Thomas. And so Carolyn Swords takes the charge. And Connecticut turns it over.
You don't often see a shot blocker take a charge instead of looking to block the shot. Carolyn Swords has played a lot more minutes in Game 3 and again here in Game 4 than she has for most of the season, and has done a really nice job for Vegas.
Was outside the restricted area and just has to establish herself before Thomas starts that upward motion. McCautry can't hit. Bonner the rebound. Joanna Bonner, 14 points in this game. Connecticut shooting at just 40% now after they shot it well over 50 in the first quarter. They were at 56%. 6 to shoot. January can't hit the jumper. The Connecticut guards starting to clunk on their jump shots. McBride scoops it in, and Las Vegas has erased a 16-point deficit. They have their first lead since the 4:24 mark of the first.
In the first half, I felt like Connecticut was getting the shots they wanted. Here in the second half, they're taking the shots Vegas wants them to take. Another turnover to 2 easy ones for Asia Wilson.
It is a 13-0 Las Vegas run. Connecticut needs to settle down here in this third. Here's Bonner. Bonner just forced it up wildly. And Rebecca, there seems to be a real lack of poise on these offensive possessions from Connecticut.
Without question, and I think it's a result of Vegas's defense. They are forcing Connecticut to take the shots they want them to take. Vegas looking like the team that has finals experience.
The WNBA Finals start Friday at 7 Eastern on ESPN2 and the ESPN app. The second-seeded Storm, who are playing in their second finals in 3 years, are awaiting the winner of this game as they face the son of the Aces. The WNBA Finals begin Friday, 7 Eastern on ESPN2.
Ryan, Breon January for Connecticut brings you so much on the defensive end of the floor. She has done a great job all series long on Kayla McBride, but on the offensive end, she has struggled, and Vegas has been able to play off of her. You wonder if Heidemann might get some minutes here in the second half.
January and Jasmine Thomas have combined 4 of 15 from the floor. They've had open looks. Swords can't finish. Thomas couldn't grab it. Another chance for Vegas. Robinson meets a wall, 2 to shoot. Robinson speeds in, beat the shot clock, and Jones able to wiggle her way into a foul. Let's check in with Holly Rowe.
Well, guys, the composure of this Connecticut Sun team starting to fall apart just a little bit. There have been lots of conversations with the officials. Kurt Miller came out and was really talking to Michael Price after a foul that he thought should have been called and wasn't on DeWanna Bonner on their last offensive possession. They are the veteran team. They have the championship pedigree. That's how he put this team together. They've got to get their composure back right now.
Yeah, Holly, they have not seemed to be able to steady things here in the third as Thomas finally gets one to drop to end a 13-0 Aces run. As you saw, Sorge checking out for Las Vegas. Emma Cannon into the game with Robinson, Wilson, McBride, and Sugar Rogers. January tips it, tries to flag it down. What an effort from Breon January. January finds Jones, but it's not going to count. Alyssa Thomas called for the offensive foul away from the ball as Cannon hit the deck.
Alyssa Thomas coming down to post up. That was a good sell job, similar to the one we saw from DeWanna Bonner earlier in the game. Oh, but she does raise her elbow. Why do that? Why do that there?
Wasn't a lot, but it was unnecessary.
Yeah.
Missed opportunity there for Connecticut. Good hands, Jones on the steal. 13 turnovers now from Vegas. Jasmine Thomas gets it back to Breonna Jones. And a whistle against Vegas. And it's going to be a defensive 3 seconds against the Aces. And Bonner, predictably, hits another free throw. She's now 32 of 32 from the line in these playoffs, matching Elena Delle Donne's mark from 2018 for most free throw makes without a miss in a single postseason. Tied at 52, under 2 to go in the third quarter of Game 5. A winner-take-all game. Alyssa Thomas doesn't get the roll. And the rebound out of bounds off of Connecticut. It's Vegas ball.
Nice side step for Alyssa Thomas to get a good look over Sugar Rogers for the shot put.
And then close whether it hit Wilson or Jones last. Double comes to Wilson. And a foul is called. And is that going to be Alyssa Thomas again? It is, and that is going to be number 4 on Alyssa Thomas.
A swipe on the arm?
I guess so. So after Alyssa Thomas wasn't sniffing foul trouble all game, she's gotten 3, 2 offensive in a very rapid sequence here in the third. Now she's in trouble. Loose ball out of bounds off of Vegas. It's Connecticut basketball.
And again, created by Breonna Jones. Kurt Miller again talks about how she's an underrated defender. She's got really good and quick hands.
She's been a huge factor to steady the ship here for Connecticut after things were unraveling and Vegas was on that 13-0 run. Bonner gives it up. Alyssa Thomas given space. That will make it into the backcourt as Connecticut turns it over.
In the first half, Connecticut just looked on point. They looked in sync. They looked like their chemistry was really flowing. In the third quarter, that has not been the case at all.
Only 5 turnovers in that first half from Connecticut. They have 6 turnovers in this third quarter alone.
How many of them unforced?
Tied at 52. Good hands for Bonner. Meanwhile, Vegas is coughing it up. Their 6th turnover of the quarter. Their 15th of the game. Heidemann in. Thomas drops it. Another unforced turnover. And McCautry's fouled on the floor. Regardless, Connecticut's over the limit. So McCautry's going to shoot 2 here. But an incredibly sloppy quarter. As Heidemann gets hit with the personal. 13 turnovers between the two teams in this third. Autry misses the first. This is the YouTube TV Try It free throw. Watch WNBA games and 85+ live channels when you try YouTube TV for free at tv.youtube.com. McCautry hits the second. Vegas a 1-point lead, 37 seconds to go in the third. 2-for-1 opportunity for Connecticut. Bonner taking her time, though. Bonner. There goes the 2-for-1. Bonner loses the ball. 8th turnover of the quarter from Connecticut. And now a jump ball as Bonner got in there to contest McCautry.
Great hustle by DeWanna Bonner to get back, get her hands on the basketball. Turned it over at one end, but trying to save the possession going this way.
Bonner already with 4 steals in this game. It'll be Bonner and McCautry to jump it up. With 19.2 to go in the third quarter of Game 5. And how about Jasmine Thomas trying to flag it down? Heidemann now with it. Tosses to Thomas. Thomas will lay it in. Plus the foul. What a wild sequence.
Bill Laimbeer talked to us this morning about the X factor for his team being players making hustle plays, getting hands on basketballs, winning jump balls. On that possession, Connecticut finally showing some fire.
And you wonder if Thomas making that might unleash her jump shot, which has been off so far in this game, but has been on for extended stretches in this series, including a career-high 31 points in Game 1. Alyssa Thomas will get a little 11-second jump on the end of the quarter. Jasmine misses the free throw. Robinson with 8 seconds left in the frame. Robinson wiggled right into Brianna Jones again. Heidemann doesn't get it off, and that will do it for the third quarter. Vegas uses a 13-0 run to take a 3-point lead. Then the defense of Brianna Jones, a huge factor. Connecticut leads by 1 after 3. Someone goes to the finals. Someone goes home. Fourth quarter coming up next.
Vegas Aces, Asia Wilson, I feel terrible to make you walk over here and do this interview because you have played every second of this ball game. What do you have left in you in the fourth quarter, Asia?
I got a whole lot. I'm going to do everything for my team. I don't really care how many minutes are in the game. I'm going to be there for them no matter what. So I'm going to try to give it my all, get some buckets, get some rebounds, anything, just being there for them.
You guys have come back from 16 down and seized some momentum. How can you carry that forward to the fourth?
I mean, it just comes from within. This is something that's bigger than us. We can do it. We can do it. We just got to believe in it. So it's all a part of our system.
Thank you, Asia.
Well, Asia Wilson was the difference down the stretch in Game 2 when Vegas evened up the series at 1 apiece. We'll see what the MVP has in store for the fourth quarter of this decisive Game 5. Alyssa Thomas into the lane. Thomas nuzzling inside, banks it in.
Ryan, 10 minutes to go to make it to the WNBA Finals. Players sense that, and on each team, you're looking for the teammate that's going to allow you to exhale. That's going to say, all right, I'm going to help put this team on my back. For Connecticut, that could be Alyssa Thomas.
And another turnover there from Connecticut. Each team had 8 turnovers in the third quarter. Rebecca, did you see any maybe tightness and sensing a trip to the finals on the line?
Maybe some of that, maybe a little bit of fatigue. These teams playing just about every other day. Great job by Asia Wilson. All right, so is she going to be the player for Vegas who lets them exhale and say, all right, we're going to ride her to the WNBA Finals?
14 points, 8 rebounds, 4 assists, 3 blocks for Asia Wilson. Beatrice Montpremier in for Connecticut now. Bonner. And it's going to stay with Connecticut.
Alyssa Thomas doing a great job. Carolyn Swords can't do much more there defensively. And then Asia Wilson driving through 3 to her strong left hand. Buckle up.
Beatrice Montpremier had played just 11 seconds in this game before the start of the fourth. As Swords and Angel combine on the rejection. Here's McCautry. Lost it. Wilson. Eyes up. McBride. Young didn't play in the third. Out there to start the fourth. Asia Wilson can't squeeze it in. Swords there for the follow. Carolyn Swords, what a story. You guys have heard it from the front office to the court, the starting center playing big minutes for Vegas. Jasmine Thomas scoops it in, plus the foul. Back and forth they go in a do-or-die fourth quarter.
Jasmine Thomas, nice screen set by Mom Premier, 6'6". Anytime a big switches onto a guard, the guard is going to drive, help a little bit late. Really nice finish. Get a chance for the and one.
You know, one thing to keep in mind, and we just saw it there to a certain degree, right, Rebecca? Connecticut in transition, that's where they get their buckets. In the third, they were 2 of 3 in transition, 2 of 13 when they were in the half court. And they have a 12-2 edge in fast break points in this game. Good hands by Bonner. Thwarted Angel just momentarily. Her shot short. Wilson takes it herself, couldn't finish, and it's out of bounds. Back to Vegas. Good effort on the offensive glass from Las Vegas.
Yeah, really attacking the offensive glass, and both teams know you got to finish the defensive possession. You do that with the defensive board.
Seattle awaits the winner of this game. Finals begin Friday night, 7 Eastern on ESPN2. Wilson blocked by Mom Premier, but a foul. And Asia Wilson will shoot a pair.
Asia Wilson looking to attack. We saw in the previous possession, going to the left side. This time comes back to the right. And Mom Premier gets her on the arm.
Wilson, a 78% career free throw shooter. Hey, to help support the march towards social justice, fans can now bid on player autographed items from this historic 2020 WNBA season. The net proceeds will benefit the Breonna Taylor Foundation and the African American Policy Forum's hashtag #SayHerNameMothers Network. Go to Collectible Exchange, that's with an X.com, to browse the WNBA collection and place your bid. A lot of good stuff there. Jasmine Thomas, an early delivery from 3 there, and maybe not the best decision.
Did a couple times. Heideman's been open on the left side, and she hasn't gotten a look.
And she is a threat from 3.
She's already hit one here today.
Tied at 59. Coming on 3 minutes into this fourth. Young had it taken by Heideman. Heideman leads Alyssa Thomas, who lays it in. That's 20 points now for Alyssa Thomas. And 18 Vegas turnovers. Wilson back to work, wedges it up and off, but gets the whistle and will shoot a pair.
Asia Wilson getting the catches from 15 to 17 feet and loves to go left. Very good going right as well, but she's been able to slice through the D.
Rebecca, what about Mom Premier getting the assignment of Wilson right now in these moments?
Mom Premier has given her some tough stretches. Her length has bothered Asia Wilson at times, but that's been around the basket. Now she's coming out. She's not as good when she's on the perimeter facing up against Wilson.
Spelled a few minutes of rest for Breonna Jones. Now Jones back into this game for Connecticut. As Wilson hits the second. This has been a one-possession game since the 5:54 mark in the third quarter. Drama in game 5. Heideman, corner 3, no. Rebound Robinson. Vegas can jump back in front. Connecticut now 3 of 15 from deep in this game. Wilson got the whistle against Jones. And now Asia Wilson is insisting her way to the free throw line.
Asia Wilson continues to work. This time double does not come. She has the low catch going to her strong side. We saw Asia Wilson put her team on her shoulders and game 2. Few important and ones at the end of that game as well.
The NBA Finals start tomorrow night at 9 Eastern on ABC, ESPN Deportes, and the ESPN app with Jimmy Butler and the Heat taking on LeBron, AD, and the Lakers. Our Game 1 coverage kicks with NBA Countdown at 8:30. Going to be fun having the NBA and WNBA Finals going on at the same time.
How about that?
Something we've never experienced. Wilson hits both. Vegas back in front by 1. Thomas around the Alyssa screen. Has the switch on Danielle Robinson, raises up, just didn't quite have the angle to put it in. Now fighting for the loose ball, has it. Bonner's complaining or calling for a timeout. She's calling for a timeout and eventually was awarded it. Bonner was really trying to get that timeout call while Alyssa Thomas had possession. And Connecticut did win the possession. 5:56 to go in the fourth. Vegas by 1.
The WNBA Playoffs 2020 is presented by AT&T 5G and in part by Taco Bell. Order ahead and pick up your favorites at our contactless drive-thru.
The intensity, the focus, the animation of a winner-take-all Game 5. Connecticut and Vegas going back and forth in a one-possession game. It has been a riveting contest. Someone goes to the finals, someone goes home. 5:53 to go in the fourth quarter. Vegas leads by 1. Jones trying to grab it off her shoulder, rolls it out to Bonner. She can't flip it in. January saves it. Thomas can't hit, and the rebound secured by Vegas. Now that timeout Bonner took on the last loose ball could prove costly. Connecticut has just 1 timeout remaining now.
I don't think that's a timeout Kurt Miller wanted her to take. You want those for late to advance the basketball in a close game.
McCautry raises up, left it short. Thomas couldn't grab the rebound. Out of bounds off of her. The line for Alyssa Thomas still very impressive. 20 points, 9 rebounds, 3 assists, but her impact has not been the same in the second half as it was in the first. She's also set an incredible standard when it comes to a play in the playoffs.
Exactly from what we expect.
Wilson passes out of it. Robinson left it short. Bonner hugs the rebound. Here's Breon January. Finds Jasmine Thomas. Thomas leans in, can't bank it home. Jasmine Thomas now 4 of 14 from the floor. And Connecticut's shooting has dropped below 40% for the game as a team. As Bonner comes up with a steal and then gets a whistle afterwards as McCautry made contact with her head.
Yeah, Angel McCautry trying to get into the basket. You can't hit the ponytail. If the player adjusts the ponytail, you know it's going to be a foul call.
That's a telltale sign?
That's a telltale.
Tale as old as time? Ryan Rucco, Rebecca Lobo, Holly Rowe with you. Regina Robinson in the studio. 4:35 to go in the fourth quarter of Game 5. Las Vegas 62, Connecticut 61. The Storm await the winner of this game. Finals begin Friday night. And a whistle here against Vegas. And Carolyn Swords gets hit with her fourth personal. Gary Kloppenberg done a great job. Seattle Storm head coach catching the action. Dan Hughes did not travel through the bubble after he dealt with cancer in recent years. And Klopp, his lead assistant, has done an amazing job as the head coach this season. Alyssa Thomas with 3 to shoot, has to put it up, finds Bonner. She can't hit. More good D from Vegas.
Yeah, they've really tightened things up in the second half.
Under 4 minutes to go. And a whistle here against Connecticut. It'll be Bonner. That is her fourth. Will be Jones instead, also her fourth. 4 team fouls now on Connecticut. The next one sends Vegas to the line. 3 team fouls thus far on Vegas. Autry wasn't ready for it. Was still able to claw it. 4 to shoot. Angel had McBride. McBride sets herself up. Can't hit the 3. Rebound, Alyssa Thomas. You wonder how much fatigue is playing a role down the stretch here for both of these teams. It's been a jam-packed season. It's been an intense series. January, no! Another miss on an open 3. Connecticut now 3 of 17 from deep.
That's the way Vegas has been playing defense in games 4 and 5. Conceding the long jumper, conceding the 3.
Robinson left it in traffic. Wilson short. Rebound Jones. These offenses having a tough time making shots right now.
The defenses have amped it up, and I do think you're seeing fatigue on both sides.
Jasmine Thomas gives it up. Alyssa finds Bonner. Who's going to get it done for Connecticut? Out of bounds. It'll stay here. 6 to shoot. Timeout. 2 minutes, 46 seconds to go. Vegas a 1-point lead. A trip to the final on the line in a do-or-die game 5. 2:46 to go in the fourth quarter of a winner-take-all game 5. Vegas 62, Connecticut 61. Connecticut without a foul to give, just 1 timeout remaining. Las Vegas with 3 timeouts remaining and a foul to give. For more on Curt Miller's latest huddle, let's check in with Holly.
Curt Miller asking his team to just slow down right now. He said, we've been awful offensively in the last couple of minutes. Give me 3 good minutes of offense. Slow down, set your feet, and be confident with your shot. Just like that from Alyssa Thomas.
100%, Holly. That was the most poised possession we have seen maybe this half, and it was done with just 6 on the shot clock. Connecticut back in front by 1. Robinson a jumper. Rebound Bonner. This game has been a 1-possession game and remained a 1-possession game since the 5:54 mark of the third quarter. Somebody goes to the finals, somebody goes home. Bonner waiting, 7 to shoot. Bonner needs help, has it stolen? No. January gets it back, has to heave, can't hit. Rebound, Danielle Robinson. And a chance here for Vegas to go in front. With 1 minute and 47 seconds to go, and now a foul away from the ball against Connecticut. They're over the limit, so Vegas goes to the free throw line.
DeWanna Bonner stuck on Asia Wilson, battling inside. The arms get caught up a bit.
Wilson hits the first. Taking a look at the upcoming WNBA final schedule. It begins Friday night, ESPN2, 7 Eastern. Seattle will face the winner of this game. Game 2 Sunday, 3 Eastern on ABC. For more on these games, please go to WNBA.com or visit the WNBA app. Wilson hits both. She's 7 of 8 from the line, 21 points, 10 rebounds for the MVP. Vegas in front by 1. Alyssa Thomas massages her way in, can't finish. Rebound Wilson, and she gets barreled by Brianna Jones, and Wilson is going to go right back to the line.
How many times has she been to the free throw line here in the second half? Battling inside, Brianna Jones trying to get her hand on it. A little bit of contact. Brianna Jones got her with a lot of arm as well. These are the plays, though. These are the plays that win you games.
And Asia Wilson about to shoot her 9th and 10th free throws of the quarter here in this fourth, after not being to the line through the first 3. Erica Hamby out for the remainder of the playoffs with a knee injury. The 6th woman of the year looking on. As Wilson hits both. 23 points for A'ja Wilson. 5 fouls now on Jones. 90 seconds to go. Vegas leads by 3. January gives it back to Jones. Jones was fouled by Swords. And Vegas did have a foul to give. That'll be number 5 on Carolyn Swords.
Connecticut's had success throughout this game, playing through Brianna Jones, whether she's looking for her shot or finding open players out of doubles.
Jasmine Thomas 0 of 6 from 3. Bonner lost it into the lap of Swords as Connecticut turns it over. The Aces a 3-point lead. 1 minute and 10 seconds away from a trip to the finals. Seven to shoot. Angel, hawked by AT. McCautry's leaner. Rolls off. Rebound Jones. Connecticut down 3. 48 seconds to go. And Jasmine Thomas with an incredibly ill-advised decision. And we'll see who this last hit.
And Connecticut has not been able to take a timeout. Kurt Miller to settle his team because he only has 1 left. Did that hit anybody?
Now it hit A'ja Wilson. The question is, did it deflect off Dewana Bonner? They can look at it. It's inside of 2 minutes to go. We'll step aside for just a moment. 47 seconds remaining in a 1-possession game 5. Well, it is as tight as can be down the stretch of game 5. This deflected by A'ja Wilson out of bounds. So Connecticut basketball, 47 seconds remaining. A winner-take-all, game 5 of the semifinals. Vegas a 3-point lead on Connecticut.
Kurt Miller had to be thrilled that Bill Lambier took the timeout there. His team needed 1.
Connecticut has just 18 points in the second half. Jasmine Thomas can't hit from 3. Thomas now 0 of 7 from deep. She is 4 of 15 from the floor. And a 12-second difference game in shot clock. Connecticut can play D straight up here. 8 to shoot. McCautry with 5 to shoot. Angel McCautry's jumper. No good. Rebound Thomas. And Connecticut will spend its final timeout. 13.4 seconds to go. Connecticut basketball down 3. We'll step aside and be right back. 13.4 seconds remaining in the fourth quarter. Connecticut ball down 3. They've just spent their final timeout here in game 5. Let's listen into Kurt Miller. Well, Rebecca, since we can't hear Kurt Miller at the moment, I'll ask you, where does Connecticut go here strategy-wise, down 3 with 13 seconds remaining?
If you had a timeout, if they didn't burn one on that jump ball possession, then they could drive, and if you have a 3, you take it. If not, you get the 2, and then you play the foul game, timeout in advance. But they're not in that situation. No timeouts left. You have to go for a 3 here.
All right, we'll see if they do. Kurt Miller very savvily turning off his mic. We'll see if you listen to your strategy, Rebecca. 13.4 to go. A trip to the finals on the line. Connecticut has scored just 18 total points in the second half. They are out of timeouts. Each team in the bonus. January will inbound. Here is Jasmine Thomas around the Alyssa screen. 10 seconds to go. Bonner gets it. Bonner hesitates. Bonner with 5. Bonner leans in. Can't hit. Wasn't a 3. That is it. The Las Vegas Aces outlast Connecticut and are headed to the WNBA Finals. Sensational second half defense from the Las Vegas Aces as they hold Connecticut to 18 second half points. And the Aces down 2-1 in this series, losing 6th Woman of the Year, De'Erica Hamby, are headed to the finals to face the Seattle Storm. A'ja Wilson, the MVP, 20 23 points, 11 rebounds, 10 triple